Hey guys, uh, I actually have a pretty exciting video today. UVS Games sent me some reveals for the new Star Trek Lower Decks Challenger series, and I get to talk about the character that I'm actually most interested in out of the ones I've seen so far. So, without further ado, I'm actually just going to go through the cards, and then I'll probably go back a little back and forth and talk about some synergies and stuff in the current standard format that I think are really neat. So here we go. I think everyone has seen the original four characters before. However, each of these challengers come with two. So I'll show the second character and then a couple other cards that have been shown to reveal. But in case you haven't seen her, Devana Tendi, Eager Science Officer, is a 720 on Chaos, Fire, and Life. She has two abilities. The first is Response. After a player gains health, their next check gets +1, and then Response lose 1 health. After an attack is played, it gets -1 speed or gains. It gets -1 speed or gains stun 1. So there's two parts of the puzzle here where she lowers her health so that she can gain health, and then when she gains health, she can hack checks going forward. And then being on the life symbol gets access to a lot of life gains. There's a lot of potential here that I'll go into more later. Um, the other character you get is also Divana. It is Divana Tendi, Mistress of the Winter Constellations. She is a 628 with Chaos, Death, and Life. Again, two abilities. Response, lose X health after an attack is played. It gets plus or minus X speed, max 2. And then response after your non-throw attack deals damage. Your rivals each lose 1 health, and you gain 1 health for each rival you have. Interesting wording here makes it sound like we're headed towards some potential multiplayer formats. But overall, I'm more interested in the 720 character. Cool that this deck comes with this one as well, though. So her ultra rare attack is called Syndicate Skills. I think this card is quite good, actually. It is a 6 difficulty 3 check attack, 5 high 6, 1 high block. With static, this attack gets -1 difficulty, -1 block to its block mod if you've lost health this turn. So it can be a 0 high block or a 5 difficulty attack. It has Echo, and then it has Blitz. Your rival's next check to play a block gets -2. Other notable thing here is the attuned symbols are returning. This is an attuned chaos card, so there's a lot of flexibility in it. And then yeah, the fact that this blitz does not say during this attack, it continues. So if they don't block the first time and you echo it, then their block gets -4. They choose not to block this, then you can send some big move and they still have -4 to their block, their check to block it. So really good attack. She has this asset. It is T88. It is a tech 2 difficulty 5 check with a 0 low block on attuned chaos, and the enhance is commit your rival mills 1. They build a foundation this way, their next check gets -1, otherwise your next check gets +2. So not overall the most impactful enhance, however the stats on it are quite good, a 0 low block, and then the fact that it has the tech keyword could open up some possibilities in the future with it. I believe everyone gets this card, so each of the Challenger series will have one or two of it, I don't know how many. But this is the USS Cerritos, NCC 75567. It's a 6 difficulty 4 check asset. It is unique and has the ship keyword. Um, and it has four symbols. It's on Chaos, Life, Order, and Void. I believe that's so all the Challenger deck characters can run this. There's a 3 mid block, and then this form is once per turn, reveal the top 3 of your deck, add 1 to your hand, 1 to the bottom of your deck, and 1 to the top. Uh, I'm going to go on a little bit about this in a particular character in a sec. However, this card is very interesting. It's cool that it's a 6 difficulty asset, so it's quite difficult to play. However, it's a very impactful effect. So I am a fan. This is Devana's action. It is a 5 difficulty action, checks a 5 on attuned life with a 1 mid block. It skips progressive difficulty, and then the response on it is remove. After a player loses health, that player gains 3. The next block played this turn ignores progressive. Quite a good defensive card in her. You can have a bunch of blocks that you've played out and then play this on a 5 and block for free. Not for free, but skipping progressive is quite powerful on defense. So there's definitely potential here for chain blocking. This is one of her foundations, the dog. It is an ally. Get your pigeon flock builds in while you can, I guess. So Tune Chaos, 3/5, 2 low block. And it has enhanced once per turn. If you've gained health, your next check gets +1. Effectively, the second part of this is deadlock. It says if it is your turn and your rival has 11 or more foundations, your next check gets +4 instead. So it would obviously be much better as a deadlock because if it didn't say your turn or something, you'd be able to get +4 to your check on their turn as well. But cool card. Nice to see some more deadlock in here, and then there's some potential synergy with the ally keyword. Um, Okay, so this last one is quite interesting. It's an engine. An embarrassment of duplers. It's a 2/5 2 mid block, and it has the static. You may include any number of copies of this card in your deck, and it has this keyword dupler. The enhance on it is what looks at that keyword. It says enhance, commit this non-throw attack gets plus X damage. X equals the number of duplers in your stage. And this is attuned life. So this is quite interesting because you can run a large number of these, and the more you get of them, they become very, very powerful. This is not cap damage. You could be committing these for 4 or 5 6. Um, it says non-throw, but you could give the attack throw later on a character like Annie or something. Like, yeah, overall, really cool cards. Again, thanks to UVS Games for showing me these. I'm gonna talk just a little bit about some of the stuff that interests me in this deck, or about these characters. So Divana feels very similar to like a Ymir, where you have this like life paying and gaining and stuff, and you have the life and fire symbols. The reason I'm more interested in her competitively is the chaos symbol. This grants access to a lot of stuff. I think the most notable thing, because you're hacking checks and giving stun to stuff, this is just like, this character screams walk the dog to me. Like, you make it easy to play your walk the dogs, you're drawing more cards to get more attacks to continue checking them. Everything has stun. I think that there's definitely something here, and I will be making a video on this character once we have the entire deck revealed and I can kind of go into everything on her. But um, that's kind of my thinking with it. Obviously, like Midst to Despair in her is really good. There's all the attuned life gain stuff from AOT. I'm sure there's some more life gain stuff in her kit that we haven't seen yet. And then the other card that was really speaking to me, I think this one's quite interesting. I think there's definitely decks that'll love this. Godzilla will probably love this card, right? Like, um, being a big attack on attuned chaos and making it hard to block. Like, decks like Mimic and Godzilla like really benefit from the fake speed that this attack provides, and then also it just has really good stats on it. If you're able to lose health, which is by the way just getting hit, all of a sudden the static is live and you can block with a 0 high or whatever. So this card is quite interesting. But as an engine, the other card that really interests me is this USS Cerritos. Um, this card might be enough. It will be enough for me to look at Mimic again. I look at Mimic whenever anything's printed related to him, let's be real. But um I think this card is super interesting in him because you can like look at the top three, see an attack and an asset maybe, stack the asset, draw the attack. Suddenly this form drew you two attacks in Mimic, and that's ridiculous. And obviously it's kind of difficult to play turn one, but he has a lot of free check hacking and stuff with cards like Trigger. So he can maybe play this on turn two and then play a Dangerous Gambit from Attack on Titan and build this in and then grab two more attacks immediately. I think there is a ton of potential with this card. I think the downside is it being a 6 diff. You're more vulnerable than ever to cards like Hacker Extraordinaire. So it might just be win more. I think this card is really sick. Um, so I'll be definitely playing around with it. And then, the other card that obviously seems like a big engine thing is this Dupler thing. I'm sure people are going to build to 20 foundations and try and do something with this. I believe there's also a retro character that cares about the number of copies of a card in your discard or something. I don't remember if he's even on these symbols, but yeah, there's probably potential here as well, right? Like, obviously only at a couple copies it doesn't do a lot. However, if you build more and more of them, suddenly every attack becomes very, very threatening. So yeah, I think that kind of covers the basics on these cards. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will probably have more to reveal in a week from now, I believe. And then I am certainly going to be talking about Divana a bit in a video coming up because she's on my radar for the upcoming competitive season. I think she uses a lot of the cards I'm super interested in, like Midst of Despair, Walk the Dog, Attuned Fire. There's some cool stuff in AOT too as well. Like, I think she definitely has some little neat moving parts together. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.